Cool, right. So let's get cracking. So this is Lovely Golf. This is I did do a quick stream yesterday, but this is a simplistic golf game, similar to the old school mini clip style games, the mini golf, and on the sensible golf as well, from back in like 1993 or whenever that came out. Great game that. I'm making it in Unity, a bit of procedural generation in there for the course editor that I'll be showing today. So today I'll be working on getting these trees placed down. So if we start the menu, so the idea is, as you're doing the course editor, you can define how many of these trees appear and stuff. So there'll be a pop-up menu for this where you can sort of slide how many trees you have, like left and right there, the spacing between the trees and the size of them as well. This UI is in progress, so I'll get to that at some point. For now, I'm just going to be doing the placement of the trees. It doesn't look anything like this just yet, but it'll get there eventually. So this is the game. Let's just load up the main menu. So currently it is pretty early in dev. Cool. Yeah, so it's really early in dev. So we've got the menu set up here. That's kind of in progress as well, as is everything. Choosing different options and so forth, and then finally you can play and get into the game. At the moment, the actual play menu does link into the course editor, but such is life. And the course editor is a simple little currently just creating a mesh, which I'll run through how that's done shortly. So just creates you your main fairway, which we'll have more around it eventually, but can't remember what button is it, that one. Been too long. So that's just the main fairway, and we'll add all the other bits and bobs in later, because we've got the rough outside, all the trees and the bushes, and then the little little bunny rabbits and stuff in here. These guys over there, and yeah. So today I'm just going to be doing these placements of these. So currently, I'll just run through how the course mesh editor works at the moment. So so there's a course editor which has an editor manager which connects to the props here. So we've got the editor manager, which defines a container as that course, which is always there, and then as you add a point, it adds in course nodes. These are just the actual physical representations. The course itself, when you're doing not course editor, obviously won't have those. So as you create your nodes and so forth. The course then has a renderer, which I spent like a good month or so just working out how the heck to do this as I was first learning Unity, because I'm pretty new to it still. So the course, so when it renders out the course, it mutates the course around the nodes. So you've got your course objects in list of nodes, gets your mesh out. I'll put some links into this in a bit about how I came to this, but there's a main Stack Overflow question here. There's also Quill 18 did a good video on how to generate meshes as well, which is really good in Unity. And so then you get a list of vertices and everything, you build that out. Might go into detail on this in a blog post or something somewhere, but it took a long time. But that's good. So that creates the mesh, and then from there, I'm just gonna course mesh editor works. So cool, that's working. Ready. Yes, that just does mutating the actual course around the node. So as you can see, the each node has a set of triangles around it and a edge. Yeah. Anyway. So today, adding the tree. So we've got these ghost nodes, right? Which is the ghost node is just the one on your mouse. So that one there. And then there's a bunch of editor nodes, which is a new behavior I'm just setting up at the moment so you can select it, and when you select it, that will show this menu here. I'll add that in later. For now, I'll just add it so when you click it, it randomly generates a bunch of trees. That's kind of the main goal at the moment, and then once you've done that, we can connect that into an actual UI of some sort. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna have it so it just generates a bunch of trees into the course, basically. Well, into that course container. So I'm gonna have to have it so when you click that, it fires some method on the editor manager. So these have editor node scripts. Well, the editor manager knows about the course nodes, right? So it's got to list all these nodes. So we'll just have it so that when it renders a node, it renders out some random trees around it each time as well when you create a new node. Just got to remember how we do this. So render node, create node, that one. Where's a click on this? Hey, and a mouse click. Yeah, so we'll just do it in here because simplicity's sake is the name of the game. So we will do this new node. So we've got to create a new node here. Node equals ding. So create a new node, and we'll add that into the list of nodes. But before we do that, we're going to add the data about what is around the node onto it. So the actual course nodes, not the editor nodes, will have a list of data about what's on it. It's got the terrain type, but it also have things like how many trees are nearby, how many bushes are nearby, all that sort of stuff. And they'll need some ways of setting that data. So let's just say we'll give it a list of, I guess some sort of tree. Well, we've got features, so we've got a list of features. There we go. Equals new list feature. Something like that. I can't remember. It's been so long. Yeah. Oh yeah. Collections. Is that the one? It's in collections generic. That'll be the one. Right, cool. So this is a list of features. So each node is going to have a list of features, and a feature being like a tree or whatever. So that's a constructor which just sets a position. We're going to have a public void feature feature. Let me decide where to do my brackets. Feature, and we'll add onto our list of features. Let's just add, isn't it? Diddly do. I can never remember because I don't do Node most of the time. Not a Node. I write Node most of the time, not Unity. Yeah, so we're gonna add that feature onto the node. Yeah. Cool. So we just add the feature onto its features. I can just do it straight on the thing, but on the public list. But I might make that private in the end or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, Visual Studio Code has turned out pretty well. Sorry if there's a delay. I don't know how long the delay is. Let me know if you realise. Yeah, I was using Mono Develop, but that's just terrible. I tried using Sublime Text, but it wasn't good enough. The prediction stuff was rubbish, and I don't know Unity enough to be able to just guess it directly. Hence why I have this open all the time. Yeah, and then so I just found Visual Studio Code. It's pretty decent. It would be nice to maybe have the fuller version, but that's not on OS X just yet, if ever. Don't know, but yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, so we're adding a feature that'll go onto the node. Eventually, I'll have it so that there's no connects on, but I'll do that sort of stuff later. This is just about getting something on the screen for now. So that adds a feature. So we'll have editor manager. We'll do new node dot add feature, and we'll pass in some feature here. So we'll just put a tree for now. Wait, no. New tree. Cool. So the tree is going to be a course dot feature. And now the question is, we've got feature types, right? Which is only number of a tree. Let's call that feature type. Oh, let's call it T then. Why don't I just call it T then? Hey? It's a bit dumb. So yeah, we got the feature type which we had in there. If you're watching, do let me know if there's like any technical issues. It's my first time streaming, so there might be some problems. Who knows? Hopefully you can actually hear me. Yeah, so we're adding the feature, and that will go onto the node. Nice and simple. This is probably actually going to be a behavior, isn't it, eventually? Oh no, it's just data, isn't it? So what we're going to do this, that'll be a new not new cold hand, new course dot feature. We're passing a feature type of course dot feature type dot tree, because that's our enum, and the position and rotation. So we'll start off with just hard-coding the position. So this is a relative position to the node. So just be some vector 3 with an offset, basically. So I might actually rename that to offset rather than that. Yeah, we'll just put in 0, 0, 0 for now. And a rotation, but we will leave that as a default. Course dot feature. That should be fine, shouldn't it? Yeah, because you got to pass in there. It's not JavaScript. You can't just pass in arbitrary amounts of stuff. Yeah. Oh. I always forget because I usually develop in JavaScript. So Unity, C# is like a little bit more strict about things. A little bit. Cool. And then you pass in rotation, which will just use a quaternion to identity is the one. Yeah, we'll just pass in identity because that's fine. There's a float rotation. Oh yeah, because you can only rotate in one direction, so we'll just use a float for that. That's a good point. Let's do 0.0f because we don't care about that right now. To generate a list of features based on it's based on some stuff in the future. Cool. So we've added so we go to the feature. That then goes into the renderer. The renderer will then look at the features and then see what they are, see what type they are, and it will know how to render them out. I could make these behaviors and then mono behaviors and then have them sort of actually own the actual object, the 3D object itself, but that's not great. I'd rather keep that all in renderer so it just knows how to deal with it. So because I've got to use the same data for the course and for the course editor, so we're going to keep that nice and separate. Should check how far behind the stream is. Hopefully it's alright. Cool. Feature. I'm going to pass in some feature here. So I'll just put a tree for now. Well, that is quite a long ago. New tree. Cool. It's tree. Alright, anyway. Yes, so the render will then go through. So at the moment it's just mutating the course render nodes, right? But we need to add in all the features as well. I want to do that. I'm going to have to break that function apart at some point. This is getting ridiculous. This is not how you should write code. Right, so courses mutate course render nodes. Then we should have a separate function which does course is equal to add features or add node features course nodes. And we are going to have two loops here, right? Which I might want to not do in the future, but for now, why are we doing passing the course back into that? It's an entirely separate thing, isn't it? Right, there's a container. So this goes into render. Oh yeah, because that just returns back the course itself, right? That's just the course renderer. So anyway, yeah, the manager has a render method, I believe. Yeah, render course, which it recalls on start and right, because it re-renders that. So what it should do is when you add in the features, create a node object, parent, contain, transform. So when it, right, I see, because that just renders the actual nodes. So I guess the course renderer should render the features, shouldn't it? That really makes sense. Yeah. No, we'll see. Okay. Yeah, because render nodes, that's the editor nodes. We don't want to have a separate thing for that. So yeah, so the render course that currently just returns a render course renderer equals renderer. And as a component, I can't. It's been too long since I listed this code. So the container gets started. That has a course renderer, and I see so that adds it to the parent container transform, and the renderer of the parent then is where all the other objects are added to, but itself is mutated. And of course, oh yeah, because the renderer, I'll remember this eventually. The renderer is added to the course container here, which then generates the course object and the course node. So this is just saying the renderer should also render new instances of tree feature, right? So the renderer has a node transform for the parent materials, and then the as a manager has a game object for the prefab for the course node. So the renderer itself then should have the prefabs for the various features, right? I might break this out in the future. So we will have a game object of a prefab feature tree. This is probably not going to be a prefab in the future. It'll be some sort of generated thing. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I'll get to that when I get to that. So we have a prefab feature tree. Then when it renders out the course, that is mutating the course around the nodes. That's doing the actual course itself after it's done the course. So create existing course, render the new course. This is, yeah. And then it will render the features. Could make these behaviors and then model behaviors, and then have them sort of actually own the actual object. That's really far behind. I'll have to get some better internet. Anyway, alright, so yeah, we're under out the features. It's like 5 minutes behind. That's crazy. Maybe it's not, maybe it's just internet. Who knows? Anyway. Right, anyway, so render out the features, so that will just loop through all nodes again, get the features for the nodes, and then render them out. Simple enough. Yeah, so it'd be pretty much the same as this. Most of these won't have any features, but well, actually, randomly how do we win it? So we get the node. We need to find what sort of feature it is, and then render out the right prefab. For now, we're just going to use a tree one because it doesn't matter. So yeah, we create a new one, don't we? So it's going to be similar to this. Right, it'll basically move these around a bit. What am I doing down there? Who knows? Differently. So render out, actually, yeah, we'll do this as a separate function. Render no features. Ding. That'll go for each of the nodes. It'll create a new node object. We'll have to actually just loop the inside that. We'll then loop course.feature in node.features. Right. Then brackets. If you're watching the stream and you hear me say this, can you just post like hi or something in the chat just so I can detect the lag you're getting? Cheers. Yeah, so anyway, we loop through the nodes, loop through the features in each node, create a new feature object for each of those. For each feature. And then we will set its parent to just be the container transform, which is the parent of this, which is actually a transform anyway. So we just do that. Then we'll do create feature here, course.feature. And then the position is going to be the, actually passing a node as well. So passing the node and the feature, we'll get the new position to be a node position plus some offset, right? We need that Y offset. And then we plus the feature.offset, which we will need to update this to be a called offset. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's the offset. That then will loop through all the. Where's that? Oh yeah, protection level. Wait. These are private, public. That should make them public for now. We can do something different with that layer. The so prefab will be a prefab tree. Prefab feature tree. Put in a position and we'll add the rotation again later. Doesn't matter. Object tag is going to be course feature. Add a component of box collider. That's fine. We'll have a non-box collider in the future, so the ball doesn't just bounce off random parts. But yeah, we'll go for that for now. We don't need a smooth follow. And we'll return the feature object. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. That will then add it in there. So now we just need to make a quick prefab for the trees, which I'm honestly just going to use a square for now, because that'll do. Game object. Create a. Oh, we can use a capsule, can't we? Or a cylinder. Let's use a cylinder. That'll be fine. Call it a tree. That's 0, 0, 0. And then that's fine for now. Might make it just a little bit taller. That's what you can see. That's fine. 0, 1. Oh, 0 is fine. And we'll add a material to that. So let's just duplicate that one. That's good enough. Where's duplicate gone? D in it. Yeah, cool. So this is feature tree material. We'll apply that to that, and then we'll move this into our prefabs. Just call that feature tree. Cool. and delete that one. Righty, so the editor manager now, it has, does it have prefab? Oh, the renderer. Oh, does that? Oh, it adds it dynamically, which means we have to add. Guess we can add the prefab onto that. Yeah, pass it through, I suppose. Anyway, so, yeah, because we have to render it normally on the in the actual game thing itself. So yeah, so we'll just pass it into here as well. Oh, we need to leave on those prefabs. Ding, 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 ding. So if we add that prefab into the render, consoles all clear, right? Yeah, cool. Yeah, so that goes into our prefab feature tree. Ding, apply. Then when it renders, it will then pass. You need to pass that into the renderer. So when it sets up the renderer, it adds that component, and then it goes. So you have the parent, add the nodes, the materials. We'll add it in here. Renderer dot prefab feature tree equals prefab feature tree. Might be a better way of doing that, which I'll look at in the future. Yeah. One day I promise it'll look more exciting than this. Diddly. So let's got that. Now each node, well, the course should actually have to have been there already. Doesn't. So we were render nodes, render node features. Now none of the nodes are going to have trees right now, I think, unless we. Oh yeah, because when you add, it adds a feature. Yeah. So if I click to create a new one, it creates a new tree, and it also wipes out all the course nodes. Course features not defined. Right. Okay, we'll get rid of that tag because we don't really need it. That's just for clicking on stuff. So we can get rid of that. Cool. So now it's adding a tree onto each node at the right point. We'll just make that now have some random offset, and then we'll do a random number of them, and then we have to make it less random and more procedural, but random is fine for now. So yeah, the offset. So we'll do vector free feature offset is equal to random dot inside unit circle times. Now the offset is going to be what? I don't know. Just do 10 for now. It's a float, isn't it? Let's see. Random point. I guess it's probably a float. It's got to be. So I'll put it anywhere inside a 10 size circle. The parent of this, which is actually a transform anyway. So we just do that. Then we'll do create feature here. Course dot feature. Ready. So that's just going to put it somewhere inside a random position there. We'll do feature offset. Now we have rotation, but I don't really care about rotation right now. because it is just a cylinder anyway. And cool. Ready? Yeah. Anyway. Cool. So yeah, we add this, and it's now adding the tree at a random, pretty close position. Now obviously don't really want to have it right next to it, because obviously it's not supposed to be on the green, it's supposed to be in the rough, obviously, as per this design. So you're supposed to have this and then the rough outside, but I'll do the rough later. It doesn't really matter too much at the moment. And it should be in clumps and stuff like that, but that's all procedural stuff to do later, another day. Cool. So now I'm just going to add a bunch of these. Is there like what's the easiest way to do it? Excluding a certain 1 unit, so I could do minimum max, I suppose. Yeah, I could just do a range, I guess. That's going to be inside a square though. Well, that's fine for now, isn't it? Yeah, cool. So instead of doing that, we'll do feature offset is a new vector free with a random dot range of actually, could do a bit. Okay, it's inside unit circle. Yeah, we just add, right? So you add a smaller circle, now just push it on the outside. Yeah, that'll work. Plus random dot times 5f. Actually, let's do 10f, and we'll do this one as 40f because it's size 40 anyway, so we go all the way up to the edge. And then cool. Cheers, limit. Cool. Righty, so I'm thinking, right, that should put it into a circle without being too close. So that puts it, yeah, never too close, except for there. Who knows? It's fine. We'll just do this for now. Actually, 20F and forget about it. We'll come back to that. Now I just need to do a list of them. So this will be again a random number, I guess. It won't be random in the future. It'll be procedural, which is not random, but procedural is for another day. Right. For I equals 0, and I is less than random dot range of square float. Could you do a random in? Should I just cast it in? Do. Alright, cool. Yeah, cool. So put in a random range of, I don't know, say from, we're going to have at least one, and say up to 10 trees, R++, because math is not required. Do I have to use math? Where's math come from? Don't know C# at all. Using math system dot math. No, it's not gonna be that. What's it gonna be, eh? C#. Probably should learn C# before you try and do a game in it, eh? Is that undefined? Surely that's the thing, that's what they say it's in. That's .NET. Wait, I don't know. We're going about those. Ah, you twat. Jeez, the system. Right, anyway. Because you're an idiot. And we assistant around the UTM. Alright, okay. Do Unity engine at random? Yeah, I got a lot of buffering. It's a bit annoying. Not sure I can do a lot about that. Might have to get better internet, or maybe just not do this. We'll see. So we go through a random number of trees, and we'll add those to the new node. Which is frustrating, hey? Ready. So add a bunch of them to it. Alright, so I got a little buffering. We can't do anything about that right now anyway, can we? It'll be alright on the board. I assume. I know. I'll upload it to YouTube later. We'll see. Anyway, so we had a new feature, adds a couple of trees, adds one couple of trees, a few trees. And they're all nicely lined up. Dear, oh dear. Cool. That's not very random, is it? Why are they? Oh, it has its X and Y, doesn't it? Not X and Z. Interesting. Alright, we'll just do a new vector 3. Let's add it to X and Y, doesn't it? Just say X and Y face. I'm sure there's a way to rotate that. I'm going to be a little bit crappy and do dot z equals feature offset dot y. This is terrible. Who cares? It's good enough. For now. Let's just lower the res. Can I lower the res while streaming? Probably can't, can I? It's always 720p. Have to see, eh? Have to see. That's annoying, Ash. Damn you, internet. So, that will put it back on the right plane. I'm sure there's a better way of doing it at some point. It doesn't matter, does it? Alright, so once you've done that, add a nice bunch of trees randomly around. Yeah. No. So that's gonna add all the trees to it. Trees. Then that's right. Yeah. So we got to add all these. Not entirely sure I'm going to approach the procedural stuff properly, but I'll do it this way for now. No, it's not procedural, just random. But we'll. I also need to put that in a group probably as well. Then yeah, do something better with this later. Yeah, so that's the trees. We need some variation to them as well, because they're going to be different sizes and things. Now I'm going to do this properly later with some non-prefabbed ones. I'll probably get that in either next week or week after. I'll be streaming again on Sunday as well, at the same time, 7 PM GMT. Yeah, so also want to do a bit of scaling and stuff as well on these to make them different sizes, and a bit of grouping. Grouping I'll do later as well when I've worked out the best approach to a procedural. I just wanted to get some stuff on the course for now. I also need to do saving as well, so I can actually test it when you're playing around. It's an actual level, not an actual course rather. But that will probably be a little bit after I've done some procedural stuff, a bit of modelling and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, let's add some features. Do some scaling. That's what I'm gonna do. So the features have an offset and a rotation. They should also have the scale. I'll probably do the scale before the rotation because that's free. So add a bit of scaling, and then we'll scale. That makes it a bit easier to read. first set was offset. We'll do a. This is all needs to be refactored majorly. There's another vector 3 again, they want it, of course. That's not the mono behavior, is it, you idiot? It's on a game object. Transform. Transform the scale res as the parent. Guess that's fair. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, which is gonna be a. It's only temporary anyway, isn't it? So it doesn't really matter. It's just new fetch for anyway. I guess it'll be. We could do it, yeah. Dunno. So we do it between 0 and well, I guess that'll double it, so that's probably fine. We'll go for that for now. Well, we'll do just make it obvious. And I'm actually just gonna get taller. Then I'm gonna get. I guess it get a little bit wider. Yeah, so that put through the different bits. I'll make it so that the X and Z can't get too much bigger, and they can get a lot taller. Pass that through to the feature. Then when we render it, the feature object, we instantiate it at the position, and then we can set the objects transforms local scale to that. Why not a feature object dot transform dot local scale equals feature dot scale, or plus equals rather, because we want to just transform. We don't actually want to reset it because then it will make it everything 0. Cool. So I'll make them all nice and different sizes, eh? When that loads, yeah, so we've got a few bits of varying forest going on, which is pretty cool. Right, anyway, because you're an idiot. Man, I definitely mumble too much. Oh well. Dear idea. Anyway, yeah, so I've got the trees, random number of trees, different sizes, and positions, and so forth. So that's cool. Might modify that tree prefab just to be a bit more on the scene. Just be a bit more interesting. If we add a sphere onto that, I'll just go whoop. Oh yeah, okay, let's just redo this. Yeah, cool. Alright, anyway, so create an empty, call this our feature tree. We'll have a not a capsule, yeah, not there. We'll have, yeah, so inside the tree we're just gonna have a, for now, a cylinder and a sphere, just to make it look a bit kinda almost like a tree ish. Scale that to, scale that, position that at 2, and scale it by 4, 4, 4. Nope, 2, 2, 2. Oh, 3, 3, 3. Yeah, okay. That'll do. Right. And we'll add the course roll, not that one. There's the materials. Ding. The man, this resolution is terrible. Well, the resolution is buffering. It's frustrating. Yeah. Oh well. Come back to that another day. Right. Yeah. Anyway, so add the feature tree material to both of these as well, and we'll just then put that into our prefabs. 0, 0, 0. Ding. We'll move that around a bit. Cool, and we'll delete that. So, where are we? So if we start that up again, we've got to add that into the editor manager again. Ding, apply. Alright, so these should now look a bit more like a tree. Yeah, that is pretty awesome. That's good, I like that. It's completely daft, but it'll do. Yeah, let's just make this full screen just so it's a bit easier to see. So, yep, that is now officially some trees. Or something like that anyway. Oh, this is terrible. If you're a noob at Unity, look at this and be satisfied you're not the worst. Because, like, would be wow. Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, gotta start somewhere. That'll do, right. So that's just some trees. We will have bushes as well, so you might want to do some of that, but I'll probably come back to that. Should I? Oh, let's just put it in as well, because we need to on that. So let's do, we've got a tree, we've got a bush. So the editor manager, right, this currently adds a bunch of new trees. So we're going to add let's refactor this a little bit and do add features to node, and we'll pass in, get back a node, and we'll pass in our node, our new node, and we'll pass in this number of features. Well, you need to set the number of each type of one, right? So we'll have num trees, and let's do, I mean, this isn't great, but it kind of will imply that it will go on forever with an infinite number of parameters to that function. But you know, write something that works and then refactor it into something that looks good, if you can be asked. So features to node. I mean, I guess you could just say add features to node, pass in a node. Yeah, that'd be much better, wouldn't it? So if we type in a node, a course.node node, a course.feature type, and then a int num, it will then add in num features. Then number of features. With the type that we passed in. So this is the feature type. Right. We'll have to do in some custom scaling, because that's obviously just for trees. Let's do on that. Scale based on type. Right, because otherwise we're going to get some very tall bushes. Add features to node, and we'll pass it in. Course.feature type. Dot tree. And num trees. And num bushes with a type of bush. Yes, now we just need to actually pass back the course.node from this function, which will pass back, return that node that we passed in originally. So, yeah, new feature. Yeah, so that now will add any new feature to our node. What's wrong with you? Oh, new node. Don't be an idiot, Lawrence. Yeah, so that then applies each type of feature onto the node. That will then have a bunch of nodes. Then we just need to update the renderer, right, to add the correct prefab based on the feature type, right? That'll be could do a switch or something. Or it'd be good to get it from here, but for now we'll just do a refactor elsewhere. There's an if, basically, to keep it simple. So if feature type is equal to feature type dot tree, prefab feature prefab is equal to prefab feature tree, and we'll do up here. Game object feature prefab. Oh, it's just called type, isn't it? Else if feature dot type equal to feature type dot push. Then feature prefab is prefab feature push, which we will need to pass in to the renderer, well, to the engine editor manager, and then into the renderer. Yeah. Do. So that will then be in there. Diddly. Got a new game object to hold that feature push, and pass it into the engine manager, and editor manager, not engine manager, whatever it's called. And that's just going to be a quick prefab with a couple of oh, hello, feature push, give me a 0. I'm actually going to have a couple of, maybe for like 3 little spheres, and I was like, sphere, oh, hello. And these will have the, oh, not that one. Material of that, and we've got feature push. Again, this is only temporarily going to be here. Maybe that's a bit brighter. We'll replace that when it comes around to actually doing it properly with actual like models and procedural generation and stuff. And we'll just move these around a little bit. Ding. And you can go over there. Do a scaling, I guess. That one. Okay, this one go a bit bigger, I guess, in that direction, and that one will go a bit bigger in that direction, and that direction. And we'll move this one a little bit that way. So, I mean, that's a little bit daft, but you know, fine for now. That's now prefab. We'll delete that thing. Editor manager then can have that's there, so you should be updating soon. In theory, oh, I got an editor. Use to understand logo feature prefab. Feature, where I do that? Prefab. Nope, it must be on renderer. Feature prefab. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's always got to be something, hasn't it? Okay, let's just default it to feature tree, right? That doesn't make a lot of sense with the but you know. So oh yeah, got to actually add it in, don't you? Yeah, so you have to imagine now then just drop the feature push onto that, apply that onto the prefab, and ding. So now, in theory, it doesn't work. Another thing you want to associate is no. Oh yeah, because then pass that down. Of course. This is why you shouldn't do code like this, because it's kind of terrible. Basically. Yeah, you have to write everything twice, which is terrible. Not good at all. Hopefully that'll render correctly out. Yeah, there we go. Now we've got a bunch of trees and a bunch of bushes. They're all a bit weird because they're all scaling towards the tree scaling method. But if we so this scaling, right? Yeah. So it's going to be originally a new vector 3 0 0 0. If feature type is equal to course dot feature type dot tree, then we'll do it based like that. And I guess we can just default it to scale a little bit, like by 1f, 1f, so it might make it a little bit big, but we'll see what happens. Stand that now. Does a nice little bit of stream is literally like 10 minutes behind. Ah dear, oh dear. I'm gonna have to get some better internet. Either better internet or really shoddy resolution, which I don't want to do because that would be kind of pointless. I don't know. I'll try another stream. No, test later with like 480p or something ridiculously low. Doesn't mean I have to stream for like 5 minutes longer. I don't know. We'll see what happens, eh? Oh, grief, it is properly buffering. Because it buffers and then that delays it. Yeah. Anyway, right, so that's that. Adds it with a nice bunch of trees and bushes in random placements. Now, obviously, it needs to store this so it can regenerate them, right? That'd be the saving of them. That's pretty cool. But there we go. Yeah. There is a plugin for like Unity Data, I think, or something, which is good for saving stuff like that, but serializing the objects that are attached to the, I don't know, various bits. I haven't really looked into it. They were pretty good though. Yeah. So that's the main stuff I wanted to do today. There's a bit more that I need to look at and do for next time, which would be things like I need to add the rough around the course. So rather than just having just this fairway, right, it's got to obviously have this rough as well, which is where everything goes, because you're not going to have any of like the bushes or the trees on the actual fairway, because obviously that would be terrible. You can have a few features like move out of the way, bunkers, and maybe some water features on the fairway. Yeah, and things like the little bunny rabbits down here will be all in the rough area around the edge. Yeah, so I'll probably do that on Sunday, I imagine. If I can get my internet to allow me to actually stream properly next time, but we'll see. For now, I'm going to call that a day. I'm just going to sit here and watch the stream catch up before I stop streaming. So it actually records the whole damn thing. Cool. Alright, if you were watching, thanks for watching. I'll upload this to YouTube as well, I guess. Ta-ra.